I had a dream 18 years ago of riding across the country, just wanting to document people's stories, to be curious about people's lives, to engage them in conversations that really matter. And I was both super excited and also it was hitting me for the first time. I'm gonna go ride my bike for 33 days. And I'm gonna try to talk to people for 33 days and begin to have those feelings of, wow, can I do this?
The next morning, I was up at 4:30 running on adrenaline. It was the first official day of our trip. Thousands of questions still plagued my mind. Would complete strangers actually talk with me? And would they truly open up? Could I and my team ride 3,000 miles to the other side of the country?
2 weeks ago, I was for sure in the best cycling shape I've ever been in my life. I was riding with a group and my chain popped off. Next thing you know, I was sliding on the pavement, doing about 25 miles an hour. There was a couple seconds as I was actually going down on the ground on my bike that I thought, wow, is this going to kill the dream? The first couple days could be tough as I've still got some tightness in my knee and hip from this wreck, and we'll see what's gonna happen.
Even though we'd planned to set aside generous portions of each day for conversations, we still needed to ride hard, about 100 miles each day, to complete the trip in the 33 days that we had off work. As I turned my bike around, in front of me were a man and a woman getting ready to head out on their own bike ride that day.
Like, help, he's making me ride to Mount Wilson, and he just said, I bet they're going like across the country.
Yes, hi, I'm Neil.
John.
Hi, John.
Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go out and do what I do every day on my bike, and I'm just gonna talk to people about stuff that matters to their heart. So can I ask y'all one of my questions I'm asking people, and y'all just tell me whatever you think. So, do you guys have anybody in your life that you guys talk to about spiritual things?
She is spiritual, and she seeks a lot of truth and wisdom, and I have a church that I go to. Well, I haven't gone for a while.
Okay.
Easter.
Yes, gotcha.
No.
Hey, no, that's, yeah, we say that. We say we're gonna do 3 services this Easter for all of our Creaster friends, man, and we love them. We're glad they're there.
I love the stories. I love when you go there, there's a message, and sometimes you just swear that there is psychic, or the stories are timeless stories that everybody has.
Timeless, yeah. How about your spiritual journey? Do you mind sharing?
I think that John said, I'm a seeker. I was looking for what's next. I'm a cultural Jew.
Really?
So I have no religious background, and so working my way through life.
When you say cultural Jew, your family was Jewish? Wow. Can I say something? Every time I meet a Jewish person, it is an honor. So what's spiritual seeking look like for you right now?
Nature, on my bike. Love. Connection is the new currency. So you'll have a
Yes. Well, thank you. Wow. Thank you guys for just talking today and blessing me this way. And you know what I pray? Just as you're on your spiritual journey, Jesus is real for you. And as you're out in nature, you would feel connected to him. Thank you guys. Can I give y'all a hug?
safe on your ride.
Okay.
It wasn't a long conversation, but we had talked about more than the weather, and I was sure if I ever saw John or Melissa again, the door would be open to another conversation. Our trip had truly begun.
It's 7 o'clock. It is time to go.
Today we start getting to ride bikes and talk to people and to really do it in a way that people are convinced that Jesus cares about their story.
As I rode, I was looking for people to talk with, and I wasn't sure exactly how that dynamic would play out yet.
We're pacing in the bike lane, but we're gonna stop at the stop sign.
Pacing in the bike lane. Here we are in California, having fun together. Hey y'all, wait, I got a question for y'all. Why did the Sesame Seed not want to leave Las Vegas? Because he was on a roll. Wow, that's some good stuff. Woo! Hey, look at that house they're building.
Ooh, I like that. Man, that's nice. Oh, look at the trees.
This is a nice neighborhood. I come live here someday.
All my senses felt heightened. I'd never ridden a bike in Los Angeles, and I noticed how every car drives fast, like they mean business.
Oh yeah, Hollywood. Hollywood.
Check that Hollywood sign out.
A mountain biking buddy of mine, Wes, was an experienced cyclist and immediately volunteered to become part of my riding team. Caroline worked in our sports and recreation ministry at our church. Her story of losing 50 pounds while preparing for a half Ironman impressed us all with her drive. John Wilder was set to ride with us for the first week only, and immediately I sensed him bringing a steady calm to the team.
Hey guys.
We were somewhere on Old Route 66 when I spotted two sport motorcyclists stopped by the side of the road adjusting their gear.
Where are y'all from?
San Diego.
So were you a Marine?
I was I retired.
Thank you for serving.
My honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Well, let me ask you this question, guys. And first, do y'all ever think about spiritual things or have anybody in your life that you talk to about spiritual things?
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
Tell me about that.
Well, you know, not to be religious, but I just feel like when I'm on a motorcycle, especially for multiple days, and I'm just cranking and making, just hour after hour, all day long. I feel like I become one with the bike, one with the road, one with my environment, and it's an incredibly spiritual feeling. And to call it organic is kind of odd because you're kind of melding with a machine.
Yes,
but it's a feeling that I feel once I've been on it for multiple days.
So where does Jesus fit into the whole mix for you guys?
I really enjoy going to mass and sort of, I was in the Marine Corps for a long time, a lot of pattern, the ritualism.
Yeah.
Of that. There's rituals bring you down and base you and ground you and connect you, and I really like that. I find as you get older, I find his life is so unbelievably interesting, and what he did, and I have this vision of Jesus when he needed to make the point about the money changers flipping the tables over in the temple. So like play that out in your head for a second. Right? That's crazy. Think about the courage, and then knowing full well all the while, having being God, but at the same time knowing that in the form of man, he had to take on all of that horrible discomfort that he knew, that he was going to be, nearly flogged to death and then eventually be pounded to a piece of wood and hung up to die.
It was something that was very important to me growing up. I still live a Christian life, but I don't observe anymore. The church that I went to, just the back talking, the gossiping. We had a pastor as well that was a predator on children as well in our Lutheran church, and so all of that kind of questioned my faith a little bit.
I will tell you, as a pastor, when I hear that, it's painful, right? But I appreciate your honesty. And but sometimes I think God is almost a gambler, but not really. In the sense that he takes this huge risk and he says, I'm going to build a church and somehow it's going to be the living, visible expression of Jesus on the earth. And yet it's going to be made of imperfect people who need a savior. And sometimes they really, really screw up to the max. And you know what? I want to say, as a pastor, I'm sorry that was your experience.
Thank you. But at the same time, and I really appreciate that, and I appreciate we're able to be honest here, because I haven't talked like this in a long time. I don't even see my wife about this kind of stuff, because I find it very, very personal. So something about you guys coming and talking to us right now, I feel comfortable. But I don't look down on people who do believe.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important to people's lives.
As we're just riding our bikes today, anything you guys would like us to pray for you for? Anything?
Yeah. I want you to pray for my my struggles in Christianity, and then pray for our safety today as well. And I'll be thinking about you guys as well.
Thank you, Chris. Sean, anything for you?
I always like to ask God's blessings on my kids and my wife.
Hey, buddy.
Thanks.
I wanted to stay in the moment, staying close with the thoughts that were still running through my mind about the conversation we'd had. That conversation was exactly what I'd hoped for. Who knew what those two men would think about on the rest of their ride this afternoon? I wondered, would they talk with each other later about those things? I was leaving that up to God. We eventually reached San Bernardino and stayed at the famous layover on Route 66 known as the Wigwam Motel, where travelers sleep in teepees. It's a bit tacky and a bit historic all at the same time. We had only ridden 77 miles, a shorter ride than most days were scheduled to be, yet the day definitely seemed full.
Great day, you guys.
With everything done for the day, I concluded that there are plenty of people who are open to talk, as long as others are willing to listen.